Good day, everyone. Today, I will talk about the biodiversity and the healthy society. It means that the richness and variety of all living organisms, plants, animals, microorganisms, and even humans. It includes species, genes, and ecosystems that make life possible and sustainable. To understand this better, let's look at how diverse life really is. Next is that scientists estimate that there are about 8.7 million species of plants and animals on Earth. But what's surprising is that only 1.2 million have been identified. This means millions of species are still waiting to be discovered. This shows how vast and unexplored life on Earth really is. Here are examples of the major groups that make up biodiversity. Plants number in the millions and many are still undiscovered. Animals also exist in huge numbers and help maintain ecological balance, and microorganisms, though tiny, are extremely important because they support ecosystem functions even if many remain unclassified. Now, let's understand why biodiversity is important to the environment. Next slide is maintaining environmental balance. Biodiversity maintains environmental balance because species evolve special features that help them survive and interact with one another. In ecosystems like forests, oceans, and grasslands, these interactions create stability and sustainability. These interactions involve three main groups: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers, such as plants, create food through photosynthesis and form the base of the food web. Consumers are animals that feed on plants or another animals. Decomposers, like fungi and bacteria, break down dead materials and return nutrients to the soil. All three groups keep ecosystems healthy. Biodiversity is also play a major role in human health. Biodiversity and human health. Human health is strongly connected to biodiversity. It supports our food supply, nutrition, and livelihoods. A diverse food system gives us more crops, better resilience, and healthier nutrients. Biodiversity is also the foundation of many traditional and modern medicines. Let's look at nature's contribution to medicine. Medicinal contributions. Important medicines come from natural products, especially from plants, animals, and microorganisms. Microorganisms help us discover antibiotics and other drugs. Healthy ecosystems also help control diseases. When biodiversity is damaged, outbreaks like SARS, malaria, or influenza became more likely. Biodiversity also affects our mental and cultural well-being. Next slide is beyond physical health, cultural, and spiritual well-being. Biodiversity enriches our cultural and spiritual lives. Green spaces improve mental and emotional health. It will help us recover faster and support sustainable livelihoods. Nature is not just physical, it is also cultural and spiritual. However, biodiversity today is in danger. Threats to biodiversity. Human activities threaten biodiversity. These include deforestation, pollution, and unsustainable farming practices like kaingin. Industries also convert natural habitats into buildings and farmlands. Natural disasters such as typhoons and earthquakes add even more damage. And climate change makes these threats even more dangerous. Next slide is climate change accelerating extinction. Climate change increases the rate of species extinction. Scientists warn that if destructive practices continue, half of Earth's species could disappear in the next century. This would change our planet forever. So, what happens when biodiversity declines? These are the consequences of biodiversity loss. The loss of biodiversity makes us more vulnerable to natural disasters like floods, droughts, and landslides. It reduces food supplies and weakens agriculture. It also increases health risk because new diseases can emerge. Finally, we lose cultural knowledge and traditions that depend on nature. That is why conservation is so important. And the next is conservation or collective responsibility. Conservation is our shared responsibility. We must protect species and their habitats so that future generations can benefit from nature. The future of biodiversity depends on responsible and sustainable actions from all of us. That's all. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from what I've discussed. Thank you.